Hey penguins, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis and I call my subscribers my penguins because they're like family to me. They give me so much love and support. So yeah, and this video is about covering up acne scars. If you haven't already read the title, which is probably why you're here, because you want to know how to cover up your acne scars. And trust me, there are tons of videos, but none with like girls who kind of have like acne scarring only and not so much acne. There's a bunch of cystic acne and girls who have a bunch of pimples and all of that. There are a few of you that are like me who have acne scars and not so much the acne like pimples or whatever. I usually break out hormonally, but it's normally just like how it is now, 1 or 2 pimples. Maybe right now I have like a few because I just started using my Clarisonic. I'm so excited. It's pretty good. My face is really clean. So I'm going to show you guys my routine and how I cover up my acne scarring, and also how, if you have any redness, what you would do. And if you do have acne and you're self-conscious about it, you know, don't be self-conscious about it. You don't need makeup. Honestly, a lot of people say I look better without it, but it's my choice to wear makeup because it makes me feel better on the inside. So if you're a teenager watching this, please don't think I'm telling you that you have to cover up your acne because you're ugly. That is not the case. You are beautiful inside and out, no matter what your face looks like or no matter what anybody tells you, because acne is something you cannot control. But anywho, I'm gonna stop blabbering now and get on to the tutorial.
There's no light in this room, it's alright. We got you shine like gold.
Okay, so the first thing I did was, like I said, I prepped my face. I used the Narural Essential C Day, the Day Moisture. I used that, and then I used my Sephora brand lip balm, and I also used the Fresh Rose toner spray all over my face. And I normally use the Lotus Youth Preserve face cream by Fresh with Super 7 complex. I love this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Like it's amazing. It's pretty amazing. All right, so now that we've done that, I always use the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. It is one of my favorites. So that is the first thing you want to do. Make sure your hands are clean. Hand sanitizer is the best thing. Make sure your hands are clean. And we're just going to put this where we want to kind of minimize those pores. Now, if you're not really oily like I am, then you can skip this point, but I am so oily, so I gotta do my primer. Okay, now that that's done, if you have redness, you can use a green primer, also by Smashbox. Makeup Forever has some primers that I need to try, but they also have a green one. So if you have some redness, you can use a green primer. And I do have a little bit of redness on my face. I can see it. Okay, now that that's over with, I'm just going to do my eyebrows and I will be right back. So now that my eyebrows are on, I'm going to show you guys the next step. The next step for me is color correcting. Now you can color correct with really anything. As long as it's orange, you can color correct with an orange lipstick, a coral lipstick. Really, it's up to you, but I use the MAC, what is this called again? The Pro Conceal and Correct Palette in Medium Deep, because of this orange color right down here, and it just really corrects my skin. I like it a lot. So I'm going to put that on the areas of my face that are breaking out, and I just take my finger and put it in there, honestly. There's no special way of doing it. And I'm looking over here because I have a mirror right over here, so if you're wondering. And use patting motions. Now I don't always have to do this, but I'm just going to show you guys how I normally do it when I want like to make sure everything's like covered, like everything's covered and nothing's showing at all. But normally I can just put on about 3 coats of foundation and be good. But this is for you guys who don't really know how to cover it up in the first place, so hopefully this helps. And I have some around my lips, so I'm just going to cover that. Now that we have the majority of it covered, we're going to take a damp beauty blender or a damp sponge, whatever you have, and we're just going to pat over it, just lightly. Just pat over it. Just so it's even more blended, but we're patting it, do not rub it, unless you get some on your ear and then you have to take it off. And this is just to blend it more into the skin. Now I'm going to take my foundation. I will be using the Lancome Nude Miracle. We might as well say that this is a first review on this, first impression, because I have not tried this one yet. It's supposed to be a lighter one, to be like a liquid to powder, so I can't wait to try this one out. I normally use the tint, the nude, what is it? The tint Idole, I forgot how to say it, but that's the one I normally use, and I am a 500W, so in Lancome. This stuff covers everything, so I hope I like this one as much as I like the other one. And it's like liquid oxygen basically, so it comes in like a little droplet. And I'm just going to use this Sephora Airbrush Concealer, only because it is a droplet, so I want something that is for airbrush, and I don't need a ton, so make sure you screw the top back on when you're done. So I'm just going to dab this all over my face. I wonder if I got the right color. Something's telling me this might be a little bit darker than the one I normally get. I wonder. So as you can see, I'm basically patting the foundation all over my face, which is what you want to do. You just want to pat it. And already you can see my skin looks a lot better already. If you don't want to use a sponge or a sponge to do it, then you can use a dual fiber brush. I actually get most of my brushes from Sigma. If you have not used Sigma brushes, you should try them. They're really affordable and nice brushes. So we're going to do it with the Sigma brush now. And I'm just going to put some droplets on there. And you'll see I'll get a much full coverage application. When you use a dual fiber brush, you get a lot more coverage. This is really light and weightless. Like, it feels like nothing's going on my face. So as you can see, my skin is already covered quite nicely. We can go in with another round, which I probably will, because this is like a lighter, this is a really light foundation, so I'm used to a much more full coverage than this. But obviously you can see that if you wanted to stop, you could stop here. The most of it's pretty much covered. But like I said, I like more of a full coverage. I'm a cake face, so I'm going to continue. And honestly don't think this is the wrong color now. Oh, I can feel it now. Okay, I must have put too much on the brush. But now it's giving me a much fuller coverage. I really like the way this smells. It smells so good. I hope it doesn't irritate my skin though, but as you guys can see, the methods I'm using, I am patting it into the skin instead of rubbing. I'm patting. And then if you feel like you got too much on, you just go in with a beauty blender and just pat that all over to get rid of the excess. And I always like to wait a little bit before each layer. It just makes it easier for me to get a full coverage. And as you see, it's not hard to cover your scars. Like, it really isn't. You just need a good correcting concealer and a good brush. And I showed you 3 different ways. Obviously, that first way didn't work with this foundation. With the thicker foundation, it would have, but this is more like an oxygen foundation, kind of like the Dior Air, Nude Air. That's kind of what it's like. So, but Lancome, all of their foundations are just like amazing and nice full coverage. So if you have acne and you want to cover it but you don't want to look like you're wearing a grip of makeup, Lancome would be the best option for you. Unless you're very, like, I don't know, dry. I think they might have a foundation now. It's called the Cushion Foundation for drier skin, so you could definitely try that because it covers. It really does cover, and you can't even see the orange concealer at all. So I'm just putting this down my neck because you want to blend. So if you feel like you need more coverage, you can go back in with your concealer, and I'm going to use the one that matches kind of a little bit. And I'm going to see, like, maybe I need a little bit more there. Just gonna put it, maybe I have to mix them because I'm a little dark one. So I'll put it there. And then over here I need a little bit more coverage. And then I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender and just pat around it, the beauty blender that still has some foundation left on it. That way, you see, it doesn't really make it look like I went in with concealer and did that. And as you can see, our face is fully covered. Oh, and a good thing to have when you are covering acne, if you're going to use a powder to keep your foundation on longer. I have 4 powders that you would really like. One of them is the Rimmel Shine Control Powder. Now this is more for my light penguins. I don't know where I put the top. I think I just lost it right now. But it's more for my light penguins, and this stuff is amazing. It will keep your foundation on. It looks really natural. So that's Rimmel. And for my MAC girls, which I love MAC Mineral Finish powder, this stuff is amazing. I used to set my face with it, great, but I'm oily, so again, I still needed something else to kind of, you know, even out that shine, because the shine was ridiculous after a few hours. Another thing is that I use the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I used to use this in translucent. This stuff is amazing for those of you who are kind of on a budget and you shop more drugstore. This stuff is great. Check it out. Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. And then for those of you who like more high-end things and you shop at a Sephora or an Ulta or something like that, Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, and I love this stuff. It's her loose translucent powder. This is life. It's my favorite and I swear by it. I'll be right back after I finish my eye makeup and my concealer, and I will show you how I'm going to set this face so that this makeup doesn't budge. Okay, so I'm back. I finished my makeup and I set my under eye makeup. I'm just going to apply a little bit more foundation to my cheeks because I was noticing that some acne was showing. And mind you, I nair my face, so whenever I nair my face, for some reason I feel like it's harder for me to cover my acne. But like I said, this is a pretty full coverage, so I'm happy with it. I don't want to look cakey, I just want to look nice and natural, and if they can see a little bit, so be it, but it's nothing like before. It's like day to night. Now what you want to do is, I set my face with the Laura Mercier powder, and then I also mix it with banana powder from Ben Nye and sienna from Ben Nye, which I'll show you. I mixed these two together with the powder that I showed you, the Laura Mercier, and I set my whole face with it. Only because I just like color, so that's why I do it, and I like the way the sienna and the banana look on my face. But you don't have to, you can just set it. Okay, so I'm just going to set this like that. Now you use a damp beauty blender, or you can use a puff to do this. I have a puff, I don't know where I put it, but I have one. But this is just pressing the powder into that foundation and drying it so that it won't move for a longer period of time. Which, I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. This is just what I like to do. And then you just let this sit for just a few minutes, and then you brush it off. So take a brush and just blend all this out. And I'm going to start with my under eye area. And I'm just going to sweep that. And we just want to sweep this away. And that's that. Now I'm going to contour my face, put some blush and a highlight, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I finished my whole face. Now I'm going to spray it. I'm using Rose Floral Toner, and it's from Fresh. And I'm just going to spray my face. And I honestly just like doing that because it makes me feel alive again, especially since I put all that powder on my face. To recap, all we did was correct, conceal, and then we put on our foundation. And you can use a dual fiber brush, and you want to pat instead of moving it around like a Swiffer brush. You want to pat instead of just like swirling it around. That way that it covers up all of your acne scarring. And then we also used a sponge to get rid of the excess foundation. And then we baked our face, which means we put powder on our face. That way the foundation sets and we're not wiping it off on everything and everyone. And that's it. And then you go on about your business. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below. And if you have any more questions, just let me know. But I think we did a pretty good job. And if you want to see this eye look, this is my everyday simple eye look. I will be posting it up to my channel soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something. Bye. Mwah.
Shoulder sideways, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air.
Hey penguins, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis, and I call my subscribers my penguins because they're like family to me. They give me so much love and support. So yeah, and this video is about covering up acne scars. If you haven't already read the title, which is probably why you're here, because you want to know how to cover up your acne scars. And trust me, there are tons of videos, but none with like girls who kind of have like acne scarring only and not so you're ugly. That is not the case. You are beautiful inside and out, no matter what your face looks like or no matter what anybody tells you, because acne is something you cannot control. But anywho, I'm gonna stop blabbering now and get on to the tutorial.
There's no light in this room, it's so bright. We got you shine like gold.
Okay, so the first thing I did was, like I said, I prepped my face. I used the Narural Essential C Day, the Day Moisture. I used that, and then I used my Sephora brand lip balm, and I also used the Fresh Rose toner spray all over my face. And I normally use these really clean. So I'm going to show you guys my routine and how I cover up my acne scarring, and also how, if you have any redness, what you would do. And if you do have acne and you're self-conscious about it, you know, don't be self-conscious about it. You don't need makeup. Honestly, a lot of people say I look better without it, but it's my choice to wear makeup because it makes me feel better on the inside. So if you're a teenager watching this, please don't think I'm telling you that you have to cover up your acne because you have much acne. There's a bunch of cystic acne and girls who have a bunch of pimples and all of that. There are a few of you that are like me who have acne scars and not so much the acne like pimples or whatever. I usually break out hormonally, but it's normally just like how it is now, 1 or 2 pimples. Maybe right now I have like a few because I just started using my Clarisonic. I'm so excited. It's pretty good. My face is